Come on, girlies. So those of you that are pretty keen-eyed will have noticed that Bella's been wearing her underpants around the house, which means she has come back into season. She's on about day 13 now, which means we should be ready to go and see Jack pretty soon. So we're going to continue on with our video diaries. Now we've had a break for Christmas and things are back moving. And we, on our last video, briefly touched about temperament and making sure that you're matching your dog's behaviours. Because originally, some of you may know, that Bella was going to be a partner for Zeus. And that was our original plan when we looked into bringing her into our family. But as they've grown and developed, we've noticed that they both have quite bouncy, energetic temperaments. Bella especially is very, very full on when she wants to be. She's incredibly smart, but she's got a good drive to use it as well, which is nice when you want to do a lot of things. But if you were to add more bounce to that in the more recent sled that's in Zeus, he's got a more recent Malamute ancestor, you could end up with dogs that are even more bouncy with a lot of drive as well, like Bella has. And then you have a dog that can be quite difficult for owners who don't necessarily want to do lots and lots of activity with, which is not what we want. The Lupines are meant to be a calm, relaxed dog who can do a lot of activity if you want to, but they don't need it. So we don't want to be breeding into that a dog that has a lot of drive and a lot of energy, because you're just making things harder for everybody involved. Bells, good girl. Go on in, go get it. So we obviously have then taken a step back in assessing our behaviour between our dogs, and that's where Millie's come in. Millie is hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be for Zeus instead. And Bella, we're looking at some other partners for her now. The dog that she's paired to for this breeding is Jack, who is a lovely foundation classic Lupine. And he is lovely and relaxed. If you've ever met him at any of the shows with us, with Julie, you'll see that 99% of the time he's horizontal, he's asleep, he doesn't care. Could be a bomb going off next to him and he's just like, nah, not really bothered. Which is wonderful. It's the kind of dog that Bella needs to be paired with, so that they keep the brains, because Jack's still a very smart boy, but you get a bit more of that relaxed temperament, a little bit less drive, which, as much as I love Belly Boo to pieces, and she's wonderful for doing lots and lots of things with. Come on, Tokes, bring me the ball. She could be, you know, a lot for somebody who isn't used to that to handle. I do dog training as a profession, and I used to own border collies, so I'm very used to dogs with a lot of drive. Bella, give. But it's not everybody's cup of tea. We want dogs that have a much more natural demeanour in their both physical appearance, but also their behaviour as well. We don't want lots of excessive drive. There's already plenty of dog breeds out there that have that drive for people to choose from if they wanted to. So picking the temperament of your dog's partners is very important. Girlies, behave. Toki, get the ball. Bella, come. Bells. Bella, thank you. That was actually a little bit of posturing between the two of these two then. With Bella being in season, things can get a little bit tense sometimes. There is a bit of history between these two anyway. So making sure that I'm here to step in and stop any squabbles is very important, especially when they're playing something quite high energy, like playing fetch with each other. It's important for us to make sure we're there to stop any incidents, huh? Good girl, Bella. Because it's natural for them to be grumpy at this time. You know, we all know all the jokes about women who have PMS and all of that. And to an extent, it's similar with the dogs when they're in season. They do get a bit grumpy because of their hormones. It's not their fault. So we just need to make sure that they carry on being friends and don't do anything stupid. Bells, where's your ball? Good girl, give. So as I was saying, temperament assessment is very important when choosing partners for dogs. It's not just a case of putting two nice looking dogs together and you know, hoping for the best. You know, it's all about making sure that their temperament and their behaviour is what you're looking for as well, because a pretty dog with a crazy brain is no good to anybody. And likewise, a dog with an amazing brain that's physically broken is also not the best. So you need to make sure you've got your health and you've got your temperament before you start thinking about superficial things like looks.